everyone, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet, finally, maybe, let's hope so, for Monday, January 22nd, 2018. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
Oh, God. So we are an hour late. It is 2 minutes away from 7 p.m. for our live stream that normally starts at 6. It's good time. So we initially were going to be about 5 minutes late because Nathan's computer did the Nathan's computer thing, was like, I'm going to update and then I'm going to fail to update and I hate you. And we're like, cool, buddy. Thanks. And then Nathan got in here and I was like, cool. And then I hit the button to go live and it didn't go. It just told me to eat a big fat one.
Yeah, it was pretty rude.
Yep. Rude is a good, great, fantastic way to describe it.
Oh, absolutely. Pretty fucking rude.
Yep. And so then, I'm like, it's giving me this stupid error every time I hit only Facebook. YouTube was going to work fine. Facebook kept on saying, failed to retrieve the RTMP. And I'm like, what the fuck is RTMP? It's a real-time message protocol. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Don't know. Internet doesn't know. The only thing that I could find searching on Google was a post on a League of Legends forum from 2011.
Ugh.
And I was like, crap. Well, time to go to their support. And their support, they don't have a phone number. And the only option is you can either send them an email or you can use their shitty chat service, in which you just have to wait until someone shows up.
Well, did anyone show up?
Yeah, someone showed up, and they basically said, yeah, we know it's broken. I installed the update today, and they're like, yeah, we know it's broken. We're working on it. And I'm like, okay. They're like, use this instead. This awkward, weird-ass workaround where I have to start a live stream on Facebook, but it's not actually live yet, and it gives me this weird key that I feed into the streaming thing, and then I send the stream to Facebook and then tell Facebook it's time to start the live video.
That's gross. Yo, that's real gross.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious, though.
So
I didn't expect it.
Yeah. And, like, my brain, when they said that, I was like, don't you test things? Like, didn't anyone, like, go, well, let's see, make sure this works? Nope. Like, what was even more hilarious is because it operates to Facebook Live through a plugin. And the plugin is so broken, you can't even uninstall the plugin.
What?
Yeah. Which I'm going to unpin this comment because I can't see the comments because this is not my normal setup of how I get to view the Facebook.
I pinned a comment.
No, don't pin it because then I can't see the chat.
Perfect.
No, stop it. Oh, good Lord.
I'm going to do it sometime during the show, and you're just going to... You'll either realize it immediately or not realize it, whatever, and, you know...
And, like... I tried to get this new... I don't see it. Oh. No face... Right-click to configure this source. Yeah, see, can you tell how professional of a setup this is? Oh, my God.
It's what most actual shows are used.
I already... Oh, this is
Yo, did you hear that... that there's talks that Guillermo del Toro plagiarized a short film for The Shape of Water?
Really? I mean, the thing that makes me interested in stuff like that, by the way, is that video ID. What is this video ID? Connect? No? Okay. Well, you know, I tried, fam. I tried real hard, except now there's this awkward box on the screen. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'll just get rid of this box. I will figure out how it works later. I mean, so it makes me wonder, though, in terms of Guillermo del Toro, you know, possibly ripping off I can see the little like bubbles now again. So like,
a Netherlands Film Academy, the Netherlands Film Academy confirms today that he didn't plagiarize it.
Oh, okay.
But there was talks of him plagiarizing it because there was most definitely like a lot of similarities between the two films, but it went on that he was talking to this guy one day, and the guy told him this idea he had since he was a kid, and Guillermo was like, "That's my next movie," and so he finished up Crimson Peak and then immediately started working on Shape of Water, while the other guy took that idea and wrote it into a book.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, and also, like, there's also been cases of people that, like, were getting, like, blamed, essentially, for infringing or, you know, copying someone's work, when in reality it was, like, they technically did, but they had only barely, like, it was something that they saw a long time before, and their brain had, like, tucked it away in back thoughts.
Yo, that happens to me all the time. I'm sitting there, I'll think of something good, and then I'll be like, ah, fuck.
Is there a way to make that bigger without it, like, overtaking the... making the box bigger does not make the text bigger. Interesting. Because I figured out a way to put the Facebook chat so that people can see their comments and shit, but it's real tiny. No, don't make the text smaller. Make the text, yes, bigger. There we go.
I can put the Facebook chat in the videos now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it works.
Should get Twitch. Put the Twitch chat in there. All like one guy, maybe.
All like one guy.
Yeah, because everyone else is watching either League of Legends or PUBG.
Fun. I could try to put the YouTube chat in here, but that'd just be an empty box. I can't view the video as myself, apparently, with this setup either. I have to be the show, because normally I type to people, but... Awkward. Can't. Oh, well. Anyway, if you guys want to throw random shit up on the screen, you can right now. Enjoy.
Let's be civil, guys.
Or just throw hate mail at Nathan.
Yeah, that too. You can do that. You can call me garbage, because, like, I mean, shit, I already know, so it doesn't even matter.
Can I need this box to not be stupid. It's busy being stupid. Damn it. Nathan, make it less stupid.
I cannot.
Like, it keeps on...
It's only as smart as its operator.
It keeps on wanting to snap to, like... Is there a way to tell it not to snap to stuff? Because that would be great. I can change its shape. This is not the time to be doing this.
No.
I'm just so irritated beyond all everything.
I mean, I can imagine. You're the one really doing much. My computer froze. That's really it. I mean, it's not frozen now, but... I mean, I guess it didn't freeze. It technically froze. It froze during updates, which is, like, the worst time to freeze, really.
Because then the entire computer could die completely?
You just gotta throw the whole damn thing out.
Yeah. Throw away this whole program. Like, part of me was like, well, time to go learn OBS, just learn a completely new program, because screw this thing. All right, anyway, let's do this.
5.
After sudden rise in demand, Italy decides to import medical marijuana from Canada to help patients.
This was submitted by Ducky Rides 01 to Our World News.
So, Italy recently legalized cannabis, and people are like, yeah, weed, motherfucker! And they're like, we don't have enough weed. And they're like, well, what do we do? And they're like...
I mean, of course, you just legalized it. Of course you're not going to have enough weed.
Yeah. Like, they're like, what do we do? And they're like, in Canada, there was several companies in Canada that are like, we got weed. And they're like, dude, can we buy some?
Canada just became the world's weed guy.
Actually, yeah, they did. And they're hoping to continue to do that, to expand, to essentially create a humongous economy of trade for Canada with nothing but weed.
Yo, I have a friend at work who recently invested in a bunch of Canadian marijuana companies. He is going to get such an impressive stock portfolio just from that.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it's not. In fact, I suggest anyone who invests to invest in marijuana now.
I mean, the other thing is that as long as the marijuana industry doesn't shoot itself in the foot and cut off its other leg, like, it's only going to grow and expand. Like, they already tried once by using a whole bunch of illegal pesticides.
It's only going to grow.
Yeah.
Just like Canada.
Yeah.
and Italy
Yeah. Well, I
and
mean,
parts of America.
Italy's not going to grow much. They're too busy buying it.
I mean, it's legal there, right? Why can't they grow it?
They probably can, but I mean...
So why wouldn't they?
It really depends on if there is enough profit in putting in the infrastructure to grow it yourself than just buying it at a You say that as an individual. On a countrywide level, if you can...
I would still absolutely say it, because do you know how many uses that plant has besides just getting high?
Oh, yeah, tons.
Tons, immense. You can fucking market it for hemp. You can fucking market it for fucking seeds. You can market it for the oils it makes. You can market it for the fucking fabrics it makes. It's just... It is the miracle plant.
Yeah, but if Canada already capitalizes on the world market for it, then what are you going to do?
Then you express your capitalism and then make your own market and then drive better prices than Canada.
I wish them luck. Otherwise, quick, everybody, to Canada. No, just order
It'll
from...
cost more to ship it farther distances from Canada, so like if Italy has it, it'll be easier to get in other places that maybe want to legalize it, like Germany and stuff.
It depends on how much you order.
Yo, I feel like every single country should now not only invest in marijuana, like plantations and everything. I guess plantations has a negative connotation, huh?
Yes, it does.
Which is stupid because it's just a word.
Yeah, but Nathan, Nazi is also a word, and other words that start with N are also
right, but
just
like
words.
Socialism is just a word, and that has a negative connotation when it really shouldn't. I feel like plantation shouldn't, because it's just describing a type of farm.
Sure.
So like...
But a swastika is just a picture, Nathan.
Right, and... Well, okay, so pictures showing that... I feel... I don't know. I feel it's very different when you're talking about swastikas compared to something like a plantation or I don't know. Let's think of other things that have negative connotations that really shouldn't. So plantations, socialism. I would even go on the stretch and say communism, but a lot of people are going to argue with me, which I guess is the reason why it's on the list. What other things? Anyways, whatever. So, like, invest in goddamn marijuana plants because, like, every fucking country should be growing it.
Sure. Moving on. 4. Parents keep children at home and protest after school removes wall from front of girls' toilets.
This was submitted by 67-7 to our news.
So here's the thing: is like I remember in school, we had a bunch of people being quite rowdy, and they pulled off the stall doors to our bathrooms. However, our bathrooms, you still had a door to get in there, so it was just that anyone else that was in the bathroom was going to be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Have a good BM."
It's actually kind of common. All right, and it sounds really bad, but it's actually pretty common in a lot of places like preschools and kindergartens.
Yeah, this is a high school. And
right.
It's not that they removed the stall doors. They removed the wall and the stall doors. Like,
yeah,
if someone is going to the bathroom, you can walk down the hallway and just see them. There is a security camera directed directly at the toilets.
So, it's really...
Use your words, Caboose.
I feel that this is bad.
Okay.
It's underage, and these kids should not be, But I feel that walking down the street and seeing another person defecate or piss shouldn't be that fucking awkward. Sure, it's waste, but it's a body habit. It's like, hey, if I'm sitting there talking to you and you decide to pull out something to eat and start eating it, or if you pull out a water bottle and start drinking it, I'm not going to be mad. You're hungry, you're thirsty. That's a body action. Whatever. I feel like it would just be really weird right now in a lot of people's cultures. Not every culture, but a lot of people's cultures to be, like having a conversation with someone face to face while one of them's sitting on a toilet,
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's something that needs to be definitely eased into a culture. But this is not a way to ease it into a culture, and I feel like this probably shouldn't exist.
And originally they made the argument it was to stop smoking, bullying, and truancy. And everyone was like, there's so many other solutions you could have went with. Just so many others.
That is a clear-cut case of not paying the fuck attention when you should.
Well, and even beyond that, they were saying things along the lines of, like, you know, if you were wanting to avoid truancy because people are hiding in the toilets, then just put on frosted glass doors so that you can see them. Put smoke detectors in if you're worried about smoke. And if you're worried about bullying, most bullying doesn't necessarily happen in the bathroom stall.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not like movies and stuff. It'll happen in the halls, man.
So, anyway.
Though that being said, I tend to avoid bathrooms that are public.
Well, and
so I guess I didn't get bullied a lot in bathrooms because I just wasn't in there.
The other curious part about this was people are like, how is this even legal because of privacy laws? This is actually a private school, and that's why they're able to do what they want.
Do shit like this.
Yeah, and it is specifically St. Mary's College.
It's a college.
Yeah. It's a high school, though.
But why do they call it a college? Is it because it's a private school?
I don't know, dude. I don't understand how they do things.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. This entire thing is dumb, and multiple parents have pulled their kids out of school as long as this is the case. They are expected to make the same renovations to the boys' bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, let's, yep. No? Let's not have that. Let's let these kids use the restroom with privacy until it becomes actually a cultural norm for people to not care.
3.
World's top 1% earns 82% of wealth generated in 2017.
This was submitted by 1900 GRS to Our World News.
Yep, so on average, the world's richest people, every billionaire, their wealth increased by an average percent of 13%. And in that comparison, the poorest half of the world, 3.7 billion people, saw no increase in pay whatsoever.
Does not surprise me at all.
Nope, the rich like to stay rich, and the rich...
Actually, you know what kind of surprised me? That 82%. I figured it would be a little higher, maybe like 85.
Sure. Well, I mean, there is a new billionaire, because this was focused on billionaires, right?
Sure.
Because it's the top 1%, which, I mean, even billionaires, I'm not sure if they even at this point make up they might exceed 1%. In any case, there is a new billionaire created every 2 days.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I want to be a billionaire. Can I be a billionaire?
I mean...
Was there anyone a billionaire, or did anyone become a billionaire today?
They either did today or yesterday.
Okay, I have to figure this out so I can start planning.
Why?
Because if it's every 2 days, then I have at least a day's rest every, try in between.
That's not how that works, Nathan.
Yeah, no, that is.
Is it?
That's exactly what we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Whatever makes you feel better, buddy.
I just gotta start planning it so that those days that people do become billionaires, I'm really actively trying hard to at least cheat to become a billionaire, not to actually try to become a billionaire. That's fucked up.
And how would you go about doing that?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with the plan. Give me a fucking a day or two. Fuck.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy.
I'll steal the Declaration of Independence.
I don't know if that makes you a billionaire. I'm pretty sure that makes you a criminal.
You didn't let me finish. I'll get the Declaration of Independence, and then from there, I'll sell it to Russia.
Good luck.
Yeah.
2.
Staff stopping Trump from striking compromise with Dems to end shutdown.
Yo, that's fucked up. This is submitted by Music for Earthworms to Our Politics.
And I'm actually just going to transition straight into number 1 as well.
1.
Oh.
And China says shutdown shows U.S. democracy chaotic and chronically flawed.
This is submitted by Zuckerberg for president to Our politics or world news. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's a political name. So what we're going to be ultimately talking about with both of these topics is the government shutdown. This is old news, technically. The government shut down at midnight on Friday. It is now back online today, as they just reached a compromise today to
Yeah, which is some bullshit. I still had to go to work. I mean, even if there was, the
you're
government
not-
shutdown
you're-
continued,
you're-
I'd still had to go to work.
you're
It's
not-
some bullshit.
because you're not federal, Nathan.
I know, it's some bullshit.
When our legislature fails to finalize a budget this year, you won't go to work in July.
That's not true. Because we already had a shutdown in Alaska, and I still had to go to work.
No, we never actually had a full shutdown.
Well, even then, they were talking about it, and they said I would still have to go to work because the courts never close, because law still has to happen.
Fair enough.
Which I think is stupid. If the government shuts down, why do we have to have a law? Anarchy! Anarchy!
No. In any case, and so what
God
they
damn, it's all the Dems' fault, you know?
the Dems, they reached a stopgap agreement, which means that they didn't settle on a budget. They just
They
said,
said, hey, we're going to continue this thing that we have
This
until,
argument?
like 3 weeks from now.
yeah, the government is funded until the actual deadline, which is February 8th. So they have 3 weeks to actually reach an agreement.
Yeah,
Now,
3 weeks.
the problem that is being generated comes from all sides. One, it is very impressive that the Republicans can't get anything through, considering they control the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Democrats are also putting a thorn in their side because they control just enough of the Senate to be able to make the Republicans have to make them agree in some way to actually be able to do what they want. Like, the Democrats can hold the Republicans by the balls. Which is why the Republicans are, saying it's the Democrats' fault, because the Democrats are barring the Republicans from passing the bill they want. The Democrats are saying you're not listening to anything we're saying at all whatsoever. You're just wanting to push your agenda, so we're not going to say yes. But the two biggest things that have been going on, the biggest one is DACA. And what that is the Obama administration's legislation that was put through to protect illegal immigrants that were brought here as children. So if you were brought over here illegally by your dad and you were 3 at the time, it protects you from being deported because you didn't come over illegally willingly. You were a kid. And so while they can deport your parents, they won't deport you because you are protected, because you have now grown up in America and in American life, learned American ways. You are, for everything besides being born here, you are an American. And so that was going to be removed in the current plan. And the Democrats were adamant about not losing that. Now our president, Donald Trump, has said that he will not approve anything for DACA unless he gets his wall approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shitty.
So it's a bunch of, and there's other ones in there as well. There's stuff about other parts of immigration.
It's like, hey, we're going to do this. No, fuck you, stop doing that. Well, I'll stop doing it if you go...
Well, and it's kind of like, I want this. Tradesies? No. Mine or nothing.
Man, these guys are steadfast by their balls.
They're like 12.
I just feel like the wall's a bad idea purely on the sense of we don't have the fucking money for a stupid fucking wall.
Well, I mean, the wall would cost...
And there's zero way we are getting it from Mexico.
Yeah, that's not happening. The wall would cost about $20 billion, which in the grand scheme of things isn't really that much, but...
No, it's a fucking ton.
I know, but when it comes to the United States government, that's not that much, actually.
Yeah, well, tell that to all these other fucking goddamn little tiny programs that are getting shut down.
Oh, God,
For things like, fucking $500,000 budget.
Oh, no, I know. My office runs on $600,000, and that's, like, so friggin' tiny, and they still try and take more money from us. Anyway, now, so when it comes to the wall, like, I really feel like it's Trump trying to leave a monument to himself rather than if he believes that it would actually work.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's something that
It's something that he can slap his name onto.
Well, whether his name is on it or not, everyone will know that wall was built under Donald Trump's administration and as presidency of the United States. And
it's not like everyone doesn't call it Trump Wall anyways.
Yeah, well, they would. The other thing is that, they are going through and just trying to undo everything Obama did across his 8 years. Kind of hard to undo the wall if it's built.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have to literally tear it down.
Yeah. So,
and then at that point, it becomes a giant waste of money.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's really what I see from it, but it's not going to, it doesn't work. The vast majority of immigrants, especially the ones that come in illegally, come in by plane. And a good number of them come in legally and then don't leave.
Or by boat.
Yeah. Like, the number that actually just walk across the border is not that large. Jake in the chat room says the wall is a campaign promise. That doesn't matter. Like, time and time again across history, Trump has even already admitted that there are campaign promises that he's not going to be able to keep. Because they all do that. Like,
I'm sorry. There's only one way the wall is a good idea, and that's if you load that bitch down with solar panels. Oh, but guess what? Trump put a fucking tariff on all solar coming into the goddamn country.
Why?
Because he's a fucking dickhead. Do you need a better fucking reason?
Is it to drive coal?
Probably.
Wow, and it's a 30% tariff.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a heavy-ass tax.
He's the fucking worst.
Now, the thing is that is only... So a tariff is a tax that is put in place on imports and exports. So if they build the solar panels here in an American company, then there's not a tax.
Sure. But, like, when you're trying to push coal, not, like... I don't know.
Damn.
I feel like you should still be able to fucking import this shit without the stupid fucking tax. This is literally... We are a fucking huge consumer. We are... hurting the world's chances of having more renewable resources by putting a tariff on it like this.
I like Vivi just slammed down. Like, one of the things that Trump also promised on his campaign trail was that he would stay at work. He wouldn't take weekends off all the damn time, and he's taken almost every weekend off to go play golf. Because there's multiple times that he said in the past
and the weekends he hasn't, he's been lamenting. Yeah.
So... Campaign promises are hilarious and ways just to get people to elect you into the office. Afterwards, they don't really care. Because really all it is trying to get people to vote for you. And really, once you're in office, if you're not able to fulfill campaign promises, it's really easy to point fingers and blame people on them. These people won't let me do it. These people won't let me do it. I can't do it because of this. I did my best. I tried my best to fulfill my promise. Vote for me.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, you obviously weren't trying your best if you didn't convince people enough.
I'm sad that Chadwick isn't here.
Either that or what you're proposing is absolutely fucking stupid, and any sane and rational person who isn't under your bankroll will fucking vote against you.
Well, we thought that in 2016, and we were wrong, so.
Yeah. It's all because the fucking everything's become part of money in the pocket for politicians. It's all because that one law that was gotten rid of in like 2014, I think, 2015, that says, or now it says that you can put as much money into campaign funding as you want. That's what ruined politics in this country.
It was bad before that, Nathan.
Yeah, but that fucking absolutely killed any chance of it coming back.
I would need to read the law. Like, because, for instance, Alaska has something similar of a candidate can put as much of their own money into their campaign without limit.
Sure, but this is saying not just your own money, but anybody's money. You can put as much into it. So you open it up for politicians to be bought out.
I would need to see that law because I don't believe that is fully correct because I know that presidential candidates in the 2016 election were still subject to an individual contribution limit of a little over $2,000. You as a person could not give them over $2,000. Maybe there's a circumvention that allows someone else that is not a natural person / individual.
I'll look it up for you. Continue.
Okay. But that does not sound accurate. Anyway, we're going to go into a listener submission. Oh, shit. Google's new fact check feature almost exclusively targets conservative sites. And this was submitted by Chadwick via email. And so the interesting thing on this, Chadwick, and I realize you are not here, and you normally are, and I hope that you go back and listen to this episode because you even explicitly asked that you really hope that we would talk about this. So the problem that I have with this article is I read it, and then I went, that's interesting and really easy to check. And what it is claiming is that Google implemented a fact-checking feature for news sites and say that they have these claims, and then it has fact checks for those claims. And the problem is that I don't know where they found this. Like, they even have an example of it in this article, a little screenshot of reviewed claims of this website, the Daily Caller, and, you know, showing about the claims that they have, made, and they're saying, you know, how bad this is, about how they didn't even make these claims and all this stuff. I can't replicate this at all. I can't find this feature at all. Like, I'm not sure how they even managed this. So, I don't know. But in any case, I don't know. Like, I can't find anything about it is the problem. Now, if that is true, that sucks. But, I mean, I need to see it actually work. I wasn't able to find anything in regards to this or, like, have an example for myself. Let me see if there's Google fact check. Okay, so 18 hours ago, it was suspended, which is probably why I wasn't able to find it. And according to this article, it says that it was suspended because it targeted conservative sites. So there might have been some warrant to this, but Google is already rolling it back. We'll see. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, in any case, that's a good point. You know, this would not be the fair, but I mean, Google is also, you know, pretty left-leaning company, which is not too surprising. And then it goes into the thing that
if conservative fucking things got their facts right.
Oh, damn.
But that's none of my business.
Sips tea. The other part of that is that while normally that wouldn't be a big deal, I mean, a lot of websites have a lot of bias in them, especially like the Daily Caller, Breitbart. They're both pretty right-leaning. Websites like ShareBlue and Independent normally lean pretty far left. That's not a big deal, except for Google is a big deal and has gotten in trouble in the past for bias and gatekeeping because they have such a market share of the search engine industry. So I'll be interested to see what happens with this because it's a nice thing for it to just like happen. In any case, we'll see what happens. It looks like they have pulled it back, and yeah, we'll see.
I gotta find that video. I was watching a video about it earlier.
Well, if you find anything, just send it to me. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, hey, Nathan.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
What'd you care about in the last 24 hours?
That there is going to be the largest EVE Online battle ever. And if that doesn't tickle people's fancies, let me tell you why that it is important for the gaming community. It's because of the way EVE Online works. Okay. EVE Online has a subscription service, right? And they can figure out exactly how much this is going to spend. EVE Online has a subscription service, but you can buy extra hours of a subscription service and put it on their market so that other players can purchase these things with their in-game currency. So you can accurately figure out how much the in-game currency costs. From there, you can figure out how much it costs to make some of these ships that they have, and things like Titans will cost hundreds of thousands or just thousands of dollars. Like, it's expensive. So this group, this one guy was trying to get this group together called Clusterfuck Gaming or something, and he was trying to get it really big in EVE, and he did. He managed to make it like the biggest fucking thing. At any point, he could call on like 1,000 people to log on and play, right?
Okay.
So he then gets these groups together to do it, and he starts trying to market it to like other gaming companies to to really like get his brand out there, but because Clusterfuck Gaming is not a fucking name that most people want to adapt to, he changed the name to the Imperium, and this pissed a lot of people off, and so a lot of people split from the Imperium and they formed their own under this their own group called it was like Money Grubbers or something like that, and it was run under a giant casino thing for EVE Online, a casino website, right? Because, you know, you can purchase pretty much anything you want in EVE Online, so why not?
Sure.
So this guy who made this group under the Money Badger Coalition, I'm sorry, they started
That's
their
even
own
better.
thing, and then so in about 2014, in 2015, the guy who started the first group tried to get a Kickstarter together to pay sci-fi author Jeff Edwards fees to write a book about what a war that happened in EVE Online.
Okay.
But knowing the guy being super narcissistic, it was going to paint him in the picture of him being like the head EVE person, and it pissed so many people off. So there was like a giant battle in 2016 that was like, it cost people $300,000 worth of in-game things that actual people paid money for.
Sure. Some of them, anyway.
Well, yeah. Like, there's a lot of armies that are funded by one guy. Like, there's a Chinese group that's funded by literally one guy who's put $70,000 into the group.
That's frightening, but sure, okay.
But tomorrow, so the Imperium, the Money Badger group pushed the Imperium out of their territories, and the Money Badger group, like, took a large chunk of the territories. Well, the Imperium started, like, doing skirmishes along the borders, but recently they, like, took back places, and so tomorrow there's going to be this giant $1 million battle between the two sides, and it's not going to matter at all.
Because it's a game?
No.
Okay. Why is it not going to matter?
Because so they put in the other one, in the $300,000 group, they had like 40 Titans apiece when it came to their ships. This one, they're going to have like 250 Titans apiece.
Sure.
What's not going to matter is now there are safe zones in the field of battle. So they're going to put their fleet commanders, both sides in the safe zones, and just send out a bunch of people to like skirmish, and then they're going to order a bunch of people to just log off, and people are just going to log off, and they're going to say, oh man, we couldn't get a direct their side was cowardly because they didn't directly charge into our defensive position, and then the other side's going to say the exact same thing because there's a fault in the game.
Oh, okay.
So one of the most impressive things in all of gaming is going to happen, and it's going to suck because the game implemented a thing that fucked off what could have been the biggest destruction of capital of people's capital earns in a video game.
Sure. Cool. Well, you gonna let us know what happened tomorrow?
Maybe.
Or did you already let us know what's gonna happen?
I would like it to be an actual fucking war. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, the only problem is, like, with the last major fight in EVE, that the server can't handle that many people in one place, so the game slows down super hard, and the fight takes, like, a day. So.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I always thought, like, a game like EVE would be super dope. The only reason why I haven't gotten into EVE is because I'm very, very, very... like intimidated by the process of playing EVE. Not that it's a hard game, it's just that it takes time and money to actually get a goddamn decent ship.
Well, one and or the other.
No, both.
No, you can buy your way out.
Technically, yes, but you would be dropping like thousands of dollars on a single ship.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go into the game, drop thousands of dollars on a single ship, go into a fight and get your ass wrecked, go for it.
Yeah, do it. So the thing I cared about the last 24 hours was that the average rooster crow is about 130 decibels, and that roosters have evolved to prevent themselves from going deaf.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
So, a rooster crow can get up to 145 decibels. 130 is about standing right next to a jet taking off. 145 decibels would be standing directly in the center of an aircraft carrier while jets were taking off. That's how loud a rooster can crow, first off. It's literally loud enough to completely make you deaf. They have managed to prevent themselves from going deaf in that they've evolved a soft tissue that rolls over their ears when they open their mouth completely to crow.
Huh.
I was quite impressed.
Okay, so the thing that I was talking about earlier, it was a thing on... I just had it pulled up. Citizens United.
Sure, yeah, I'm quite aware of Citizens United.
But yeah, it was a 5-4 vote in 2010.
Yeah, Citizens United. So there's a lot of things that Citizens United does, but it doesn't allow companies to just give $1 million to any candidate. That is still illegal. Citizens United was a really, really big case back in 2010.
It was like versus FEC or something.
And what it was is it was primarily driven by the idea of nonprofit organizations that had no avenue whatsoever to provide any level of political influence in that sphere. And they felt that was unfair because they have desires and, agendas as well. And so there was also the idea of a limitation on public opinion. And so what that ended up doing was basically saying allows companies under specific avenues to be able to pour a lot of money if they so choose into election. But that does not allow them to give money directly to a candidate in any fashion.
But you know what would have been a better thing? If they made it to where it was a single payer campaign funded by the government.
You have that option.
Yes, but mandatory for every single person is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not just having that option.
Yeah, but then then people make the argument that you are stifling the voice of the people if they are not allowed to contribute to campaigns.
You are contributing to campaign. You're paying taxes.
I am letting you know from personal experience that is the argument that is posed.
That is a dumb argument because you are paying taxes to have these campaigns funded.
Yeah, I understand. I completely understand. I'm not saying the logic makes sense. I'm saying that's what the argument is.
This is the stupid... I hate fucking arguments nowadays because nobody thinks into their, argument. I am fucking guilty as shit, but at least I think half of the time.
Yeah.
Which is 100% more than... half of the people in the fucking world.
Yeah, but then judges agree with them, and...
The problem is a lot of people fucking judges, don't even think half the time.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, you ready to get out of here, presuming I can figure out how to turn this back off?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody, if you would like to support us, I'd understand if you didn't, but if you'd like to, we'd be real appreciative. Patreon.com/dailyinternet. Otherwise, you can also sign up for the Brave browser. It's free, and if you go to brave.com/million, you can support us with a basic attention token, which gives us a little bit extra money, and that's completely free. You can just do that just because you want to. Brave is a pretty cool browser if you want to try it out. They have their own natural ad blocker, script blocker, cookie blocker to try and keep you as protected as possible from third-party ads and infectious material that would then spy on you so they can deliver targeted ads to your face. So consider that. Otherwise, follow and share us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as YouTube. All of those are at iReaditCast, and you can follow me at Schwahn Michael and Nathan at Bimmenstein. You can also catch the show on your phone, download it to go on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play, and 5-star reviews on any of those platforms help us immensely. Nathan, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Everybody, this has been your 417th dose of the Internet. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time of 6 p.m. Alaska time. And that's it, everybody. I'm Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Nathan Wood.
And please remember, everybody,
Don't get eliminated!
have a good day, everyone.